Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Tuesday, August 11th, 8/11/20. So, is this going to be the day? We are roughly 6 months from when we had our last pullback in the market. And let me tell you, we are seeing a lot of dark pool activity. I do have an icicle up here, slowly melting down. So is it going to be another meltdown happening in the market coming up? We will see. So let's go ahead and get into the analysis. If you guys are brand new to my channel, please go ahead, like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you get the awesome notifications when I do go live. Hey, Asif, how are you today? Let's go ahead and pull up the chart. So you do see these yellow lines, and these yellow lines are the volume profile that's in control. So like the point of control for these days. Now you can see we've gone up and we have hit this level right here from the past, from back in February. Only one other really powerful level up above us at 338.70 roughly, right? Big area. We do have our stochastics down here. Look at this. This is pretty much the highest I've ever seen it, 98.3. And where's the blue? It's pretty much right on top of each other. So I'd have to stretch this a little bit bigger. Let's see where we are. The yellow, the fast has just crossed over the slow right now on our daily stochastics. I don't use it as a reason to get in. It's just something I look at and I monitor. So looking at that, we look like we have slowly just started to roll over just a little bit. But let's go ahead and get rid of that. And we'll go ahead and look at the 45-minute chart. You guys know that's my favorite. I did say, hey, we do have this resistance that we could be hitting up around that 337 area. Yes, we've started hitting it. Today, it looks like we're pulling back. We haven't had that bullish momentum like we had on Friday, yesterday, Monday as well. So keeping that in mind, that we might have a slow pull down. Now we had this print after hours or a trade that came up to 336.82, and look at where we are. We're pretty much right there. We did pull back, hit our 21 EMA. You guys know, once we go ahead and we break this 425, I am bullish. That's when my trend change is really going to happen. But we're having a sideways day right now. We're hitting a lower high on the day. Let's get rid of this one over here. Let's delete this one, remove. And let me go ahead and mute the sound so you guys don't hear the cha-ching in the background from the trading room. And I also have some really cool software to show you guys, Flow Trade as well. But let me not forget, this week, it is my birthday week. So 43% off at my website for my watch list, cjanetrade.com/shop, and just use GIFT as the promo code, and you'll get 43% off all week through Sunday. All right. They said they're 1% away from all-time highs. I think this is a point a big whale wants to short the market. That's what I think. Yes, you know what, Asif? Best thing we can do is not really think, right? Because when we think, we get our mind set on one direction. It's more following the charts, following the prints, and seeing that price action happen. So better yet, let's go ahead and look at Flow Trade as well. The link is also down below. I'm going to go ahead and put it down below. And oops, I forgot. Oh, I did tweet that. Yeah. Let me go ahead and put that down below in the details as well, so you guys can have that. Wrong computer. And paste. Ooh, sorry, I'm working on a Mac and a PC, and so when I hit Control V like the PC, it doesn't work on the Mac. So it should be down below now so you guys can see Flow Trade. Okay, so here's Flow Trade. This is what is super, super cool. All right. I do have a call with Dan tomorrow. I'm going to be on also on Thursday with Dan from TrendSpider, and there's another Dan with Flow Trade. So let me show you. Flow Trade has dark pool prints, which you guys know I follow the dark pool. And it also has this green line, which is the algorithm that monitors high frequency trading. Well, this is a 15-minute chart for the SPY. Let's go up here and put on the SPY with a 1-minute chart. All right. Remember, I do have a lot of stuff running, so it is a bit faster. Okay, slower. So right here, we saw this print come in, 337.05. Where did it go? Come back, chart. There we go. 337.05. That is today's date at 11:26. So it's really cool. And we saw, what did the algo start doing? The algo crossed over. This is our average action of the algo. Well, all of a sudden it went from buying, boom, to selling. Now, the price didn't drop immediately. It was hovering up here. However, we saw there was more selling activity. Came down a little bit of a stall here. Okay, look, we had another print, 336.42. Now we're back up here again. And what is the algorithm doing again? It is selling up here again at that print, 337.05. So seeing all of this price action and seeing that the algorithm's continuing to sell. Here we have it on a 15-minute chart, right? It's continuing to sell, continuing to sell. Yes, we've gone up. We're testing that print again at 337.04. However, this algorithm looks like it's continuing to sell right here. So it's very, very cool. I know. So ASA, Flow Trade is the software that I'm looking at right now. So looking at that, we can see, yep, algorithm stepped in. They started selling again at 337.05, up where they were selling before on our 1-minute chart right here. And once it crosses down again, if it continues with the algorithm here on the 15-minute chart, then there's good likelihood that we could potentially be topping out up here and have massive selling. There are 4 prints that happened today. The lower bound down here at 336.42. And then up here, these are also real-time prints. So they happened at 9:42, 9:31, and 11:26. We might get another one up here. And this one happened at, I can't really see the time right there. It looks like 11:36, 10 minutes later. So they were selling 10 minutes later. Hello, we had another print. Boom, up here. So these are the bounds for today, really, to watch. 337.05 and 336.42. If we break below that 336.42, watch out, we could have some major money going down. Do you know who owns the algos by any chance? Hedge funds, market makers, banks. You know what, Joseph? I don't know who owns them. However, you don't really need to know who owns them. If you know what they're doing, just follow them and profit with them, right? And that's not going to be such a bad thing if you're profiting right after the price action, right? You go ahead, you see their major print. To me, it doesn't matter. Hey, if they're going to be making money, let's go ahead and make money with them, right? Let's join them instead of fight them. So we also have Apple here as well on the 1-minute chart. So it was going sideways, had big selling. Now it's going sideways again. So is this going to be a big sell for today? Let's change this to a 15-minute chart as well. So this is a really cool tool. I did tell you guys I was learning something new. Here it is. Look, we had selling, but the price didn't drop that much. Look at how much the algorithm was really selling on Apple. Now, I'm not saying it's going down to 370. This is a different measurement. This is kind of like an RSI type indicator, but showing that selling. And also on the majors with Microsoft, right? Again, Microsoft had that same sort of movement, big. Now we're flatlining right here at 207. Let's check Amazon and Facebook. Let's see. I didn't look at Amazon and Facebook yet today. But if you guys want to check it out, you guys can try it out for a week free. Just use the link down below. Like I said, it is, I'll also post it right here. So it is bit.ly Flow Trade if you guys want to try it. And you can see, hey, you can see what these big guys are really doing, as well as the high frequency trading, which I think is super awesome because they really control the market, right? The high frequency trading computers are the ones that are controlling the market. Now you can see we started to have it curling back over. This is like an average of what the algo is doing. So when it crosses over, kind of like a MACD crossover or a stochastics, when they cross over, that it's got its own movement. So this is a newer tool. I'm still playing around with it and still learning how to utilize it. Obviously, I do know the dark pool prints, that's something new, but adding on this extra layer of potentially seeing what those algorithms are really doing in addition to the dark pool. So we have that upper bound again. Right now we are up above that upper bound, and it looks like the algorithms are going sideways at that moment. So they can always pop it up, sell into the pop-up as well, and then pull it right back down. So we shall see where we go from here, but I'm really excited to share that with you guys. All right, so going back into it, we have a trend to the downward side right now on the SPY. The volume on our daily, let's go back and look at our daily as well, because much like back in January, we had the price action rising and the volume was dropping. So we've had 3 sort of sideways days of volume, higher day right here. We opened lower, went higher. And then yesterday's was a little bit lower average volume right here. Should put an average volume on right there. When we have the weekly chart, obviously this week's going to be lower because we're still at the beginning of the week. And also when we look at our weekly chart, the stochastics are still incredibly crazy with the price action where it's going. But you can see this is not the reason to get in right here, because it's just, it went sideways, what seemed sideways like it was going to cross over and sell off from November 4th all the way through until January 13th. So you cannot use that solely as a reason. More the prints, like now we're above all those prints. And what's the algorithm doing? Looks like it's selling higher volume right here as we're peaking and we're going up. So they potentially sold up here, boom, bought a little bit, now they're squeezing the shorts maybe. They're going up here, forcing the shorts right to where their stops were. Now they're going to sell into those shorts that are buying and all the longs that are getting in. So it's cool to see how the algorithms could really mess with people as well. And on the longer term, now it looks like we might have that buying power coming in. It did turn around back here, and we'll see. Are we going to flatline here and continue to the downward side or to the upside? Just a new tool to play around with and check out for sure. But right now we tested that upper bound 337.06, 05, and now we're coming back down below it, 337, right? So it's a cool tool. I've been playing around with it, so definitely check it out for sure. I like it so far. Still trying to figure out all the nuances of it and perfect it. Like you can see how the Qs on the 1 minute chart kept coming up to this price area right here. And every time it came up here, the algorithm started selling. Came up here, the algorithm, it looks like it might be curling over at the moment on the 1 minute chart for the Qs. And we also had big movement on, like here, right at open, Amazon sold off, and there was buying into it and then selling. And let's look at Facebook as well. I wanted to look at Facebook. Right? So we have Facebook right here where it's buying a little bit and then it dropped down buying. So now we're slowly curling. Is it going to continue to the downside? Same thing over here. We're slowly going sideways. Where are we going to go from here? All right, let's go into the list for today. So I had love on my list, right? Hey, if it breaks above this 36.60 area, could be a potential long. It's sort of gone sideways from here. Neo had earnings and it could have gone one way or the other, had a nice gap up. Well, we've filled that gap and we are down below it. Stochastics, it's starting to curl up. However, we've also seen dark pool activity here and we're below that dark pool activity. So for now, bearish on the name. OXBR was a crazy low float runner. Had it on my list with caution. As you can see, it did have big movement, right? All the way down to 170, up to 250, 80-cent move for a small stock can be quite amazing. CCL, likely short squeeze that is happening. We covered that yesterday a lot. And you can see we're in no trade zone right at the moment for CCL. Hasn't broken out one way or the other. And we have United, which has broken down from where I had my potential drop down this morning at $39. Once this support level broke and we had a nice pullback to that 21 EMA, nice dollar move, and now it's coming back up. We might see a secondary move down from here. I would look for the $38 area to break down for another test, for another leg down. All right, Oxy was also on the short, potential short, and it's just gone sideways. You guys can see that's one of my favorite EMAs right there, and we are holding below it. Once it goes above, it sells off, right? So maybe that would be potential short with the 1627 or more 16. I'd give it some more space. 1631 to the upside as potential stop, maybe. Apple, again, on my potential short list, had it on my short list yesterday. It had potential trades both directions. Now it's finally coming back down. With that EMA that I love, we've got a nice move. It could come all the way back down to 412 for it to come back to reality. And we will see. Like I said, it shows that we've had some selling action going on. If we do go ahead and break below this EMA right here at 441, I think we could, 445. I think we'll see a nice $4 move down here to 441 and then so on down to 436. AMD had big move. You know what, ASIF? There is another way you could potentially do that, and that is you could day trade options as well. So options would give you the leverage to go ahead and buy a put or a directional trade using an option, or you could use a vertical spread, in which case you are going to go ahead and minimize your cost, and then you're also minimizing your profit at that point in time. But the premium decay is just a day trade. You could potentially use a directional call or put for the option. All right, so AMD as well, filling this gap to the downside. We've tested this area right here. Looks like it has found some support here, so that might be tough to break. If it does break, likely a dollar move down to 78.50. QQQ as well, pulling, going sideways at the moment. Had a bit of a pull down, some buying price action. There you go, Joseph. Nice. What are your strikes for that, Joseph? And Uber. Uber had a bit of a pullback this morning. We've got a nice bullish reversal candlestick pattern right here on our 45-minute chart. And now it's coming up and testing that favorite average. Are we going to go ahead and close above this? In my opinion, it would really need to go ahead and break above 33 for it to really go ahead and have clear skies right on back up to that 35 mark, because we do have a lot of moving averages in the way right there. All right, guys, if you don't have any other questions, please feel free to always reach out. Shoot them to me at jane@cjanetrade.com. Don't forget, a big sale going on this week for my watch list. 43% off with the promo code GIFT at cjanetrade.com/shop. All right, I will see you all tomorrow at 12:15 for my midday market update, and let's see where we go from here. We're hanging around that 337 area, very big area from before. 45-minute trend line that I've drawn, we are holding below it, and it looks like that algo, it's going sideways right at the moment, but we're holding below that 337.05 for now. All right, Carpe Profit sees us profits one trade at a time. Bye.